here to speak about Notion, using Notion as a headless CMS for web developers. So my name is Dara. I prefer Dara to Daramfon because it's kind of easier for people to pronounce. Daramfon Ukpong. I'm a software engineer working at Geometry Node. It's a remote role. So basically, what I'm here to do today is introduce us to Notion, how we can be used as engineers and developers to, huh? I'm not, man, this is going to be hard. Yeah, please come forward. Thank you. Okay, can you all hear me now? Sorry, my voice is a bit bad right now. We'll be starting. I think I've introduced myself already. My name is Dara, and I fix bugs taller than me. I think this is almost my height, so bear with me if you can't see. Moving forward, I want to thank Notion and also the PHP community for having me here and being able to share what I have learned so far with you. So first of all, we're going to start with my experience with Headless CMS. What is a Headless CMS? A Headless CMS is Headless CMS is a service which allows you to manage data and content across different platforms without having to actually integrate with a full backend system, say MySQLi, Postgres, and MongoDB or the rest. It's like it makes it more easy for content creators, for small scale businesses, for smaller projects to be able to push out content and push out their media much more easily to people interacting with them on the web. So over here, you can see other examples of headless CMS. We have Notion, we have Sanity CMS, we have Contentful. I work a lot with Sanity, so that is good as well, but not it doesn't work with the same use case as Notion. So moving forward, okay, I had this little note. It says don't invent the wheel. If you can deliver content faster with any tool, please use it. Now we always have this temptation to try to use big tools and play around with stuff that we could actually do faster. So I just feel with this statement, I think we should understand that if you have the need to do something and you have something that can do it fast, please. My voice is not good. I'm trying. So if you have the need to use content, if you have the need to deliver content and you can, well, I do. If you have the need to deliver content and you want to deliver it quickly, you can use many tools available to us, such as Notion, Sanity CMS, Contentful. There is no need to create a full database with a schema, extra tables, run migrations, and whatnot. You can just use these tools at your disposal to make them easier for you in your projects and your everyday flow. So, moving forward, what is Notion? Notion is a collaboration tool which is used by a lot of people worldwide. It is used for creating content, for managing content, for pushing content, managing your schedules, managing images, to-do lists, work schedules for different businesses, individuals, portfolios, and whatnot. Notion is quite big, and here today we are going to be discussing other use cases of it. Now, why Notion as a headless CMS? You may be tempted to use other headless CMSs, but it depends on your use case. The reason why we are using Notion here, besides them being a sponsor of this event, it is used because it makes it's more easier to integrate it into our daily lives. Now, Notion is what I personally use for managing my finances with different clients, my day-to-day schedules, and whatnot. Now, for businesses that have, let's say, their finances on Notion, their client tabs on Notion, it makes it much more easier for them to manage content on their websites directly from Notion than having to have a dedicated back-end service or something more abstract and robust for something that can be very, very simple. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm here today to tell you about Notion and how it can be used. How many of us here have coding experience, like at all? Maybe HTML, or a few. Okay. Um, can I try? Okay, so it's possible to scale and build more powerful applications Okay, question. Headless CMS. A headless CMS is a service that is used to deliver content without having an actual back-end service or a full database table that can manipulate that content. Now, what headless CMSs do is they provide you with a UI, provide you with a simplified way of creating, managing, and pushing out data, text, images, files, whatsoever you want to do with them. These different platforms have different ways of how they interact with the data. So that's what a headless CMS basically is. It's just an easy way for you to interact and manage your content and data. So this text, it says it's possible to scale. It is possible to scale it to build more powerful applications. Unless you build YouTube from scratch when bored, then it's probably just a skill issue. I wrote this to say that Notion can be used for many things, but for the purpose of this, is mostly for small scale applications, small scale businesses, personal portfolios, and little needs for Notion. Now it's possible for you to use Notion to build a full-blown web application, but that's overkill, and that's you like using something that is not supposed to be used for. So basically, that's it. I think I've spoken about Notion already. What is Notion? Notion is a collaborative tool which you can use to manage, create, distribute, share data, files, images, and the likes. Now, okay, I think I'll have to show you a Notion page. Uh, Sorry, I can't see right here. This is my Notion. Okay, so this is a Notion page. A Notion page is a Notion page is basically a large document where other things, other data types, other data forms can be added in. Now, as you can see, you have the PHP Connect tab. So this basically is where all the work, all the data, all the content you build, everything is included here. You can add tables, you can add files, you can add images, invite different people to collaborate with you on the same Notion template. So here is a page, and if you look downward, I don't know if it's clear enough for you. Is it clear for you guys to see? So if you look downward, you see demo database. That is a Notion table. A table is, let's say, a subdivision of a full Notion page or document. It's like, let's say, you have a full book. You have a full book. Now, a table is mostly like the text or paragraph or stuff inside the book itself. So tables are under pages. Pages are like the umbrella data type that covers everything that you need to do in Notion. Whenever you want to create new pages for data, new pages for content, all you need to do is create a new page. There is a button up here which you can click, and boom, you're able to create a new page. So I think for this, we'll be creating a new page so that I can further demonstrate how to integrate this with your web applications. So I might just name this the charger. So this is just basically a title. I can proceed to add a table. Proceed to add a table. As a table has rows, a table has columns. And this individually, the part you can see that is highlighted is a cell. So we can name the cells, we can name, let's create a table that can handle blog posts. So what do we need for a blog post? First, we're going to need a title. Oops. We're going to need a title. We will need a date. We will need the author. Fuck, I can't see. We will need the author, content, and what else? Tags. All right, so let me convert it to a database real quick. So this as a table, it basically holds strings to begin with. A table only has to hold strings and numbers. But what we want to deal with is a database, and a database can hold different data types, including booleans, block text. Block text is text that has different how will I put it? Different forms. It can be a bullet point, like mostly what you see in Microsoft Word and the rest. It can have bullet points. It can have links. It can have code blocks and the rest. So we want to turn this table into a database. Now this is a database compared to what we saw before. So we're creating this from scratch. So now we're going to name this table. Let's say leverage. Pretty basic name. Now, each table, depending on what you want to use the data there for, has different data types. For title, obviously, it's going to be a text. Date is going to be a date value. Notion has the ability to provide you with different types of data. You can have dates, you can have select fields, you can have block text, you can have authors, which you can add other users and reference them in each document or database or page which you're creating. So here we're going to have author. Okay, let's just create a simple blog post. Uh, the connect. Title is a string, so we have to make sure that that's what the table. Oh, oops. Sorry, I was editing the wrong table. So sorry about that. I was editing the wrong cell. So this actually is the head of the column. So sorry about that. Now, this is what you use to name each column in the table or the database. So obviously, we'll just move the titles we already had above. So this can be delete. Also, you can see a part called edit property. Edit property is where you're able to apply different data types to a specific column. So for this particular column, we want to give it the data type of date. So we'll say it's a date. Add different. Today is what? September the 28th. Then can just copy this and paste it here. Now the name of this author for the table, you can name author. Yeah, author. Okay. So we can also add tags. Tags for blog posts are mainly how tags can be identified across different parts of the website. So this is something pretty basic. So we'll just go with like 2 tags most. So we can just create tags, uh, edit property. We're going to use the multi-select type because we need to add multiple tags to each blog post. Say a post can be about PHP, can be about Next.js, can be about the web, can be about social media, whatsoever you want to create. Notion can give you that ability. So add multi-select. We have different ways to add different tags. The only tag we have here now is content. We can add more. I will add one saying Next.js. Click enter. I can add another one, say web. Click enter. We can also further edit these selects with different colors. So I can edit this one to have the color of pink. For all of this is just for identification in case you have issues maybe with a screen and you're able to just, oh, it's the green one, it's the pink one, it's the blue one, to further identify how your data is being structured. So for web, we can go green. Green is fair. We can go green. So now, for example, I want to actually add, okay, I've already added a post. I want to add tags to this post. I can say this post was about Next.js, it was about the web as well, but it wasn't really about content. So I'm going to remove content. This isn't necessary. So I will delete this. I will delete this. All right, so we have 4 columns in our table, and we will proceed to adding this to our website. Now, the reason why I asked if we all have coding experience is because this example mainly focuses on React-based projects, Next-based projects, JavaScript-based projects. So if you know you don't have like any prior experience to this, you can still stay along and follow up in case you want to move into React or Next.js going forward. This will come in really handy. So I already have a project set up for this. So I will just move over to that. And this is what we have. Please don't be scared. There's a lot of colors, there's a lot of things that you most likely don't understand. I understand them. People here, some of you here understand them as well. But please don't be scared. This yeah? You want me to speak for you? Ah, possibly yes. So as I was saying. So yeah, so this is what we basically have. It's a lot of code, and I don't want to bore us all with. You said people are lost. I don't think I'm going to show this part. I'll just show how it's being integrated into the web and how you can just see the content. Since most of us here are not developers, but we might have developer friends, and be like, oh, I need a portfolio web page. Help me use my Notion for it. The person can go through this, set it up for you so you can manage your website, your portfolio directly from Notion. This was supposed to be a hands-on for devs, but obviously here I have to carry my audience along. I can't hear you. Huh? Yes, that's basically what this is all about. Yes, as a CM. So I won't bore us with all this. So I'll just skip to the part where you need to get some data from Notion and stuff. Okay. So spoken about all of this. Oh. Someone please take a picture of this. Take a picture of this, please. Thank you. Where are the PHP people? Elisha, look at the screen. Okay, so moving forward, this is a setup. This is a setup for the project, and as I said, it's mainly for devs. So we'll just skip this part as well, so I won't get to stress you all. This part is a QR code to access a page where you can create a connection between the Notion table and your database. Between your Notion table, it's not working. It's not working. It's not working. Between your Notion table and the database. So you can scan this QR code if you need the link. Does anyone want to access the link? Okay. Just scan the QR code and you access the link. Yeah? I'm choosing Notion because it makes things more simpler. If I want to create a full blog post, say for a very big company, I'll use a database, say MongoDB or Postgres. Now, for that process, I'll have to create a full backend. I'll have APIs. I'll create schemas for the data structure, migrations, and all whatnot. That's not necessary for someone that just needs a portfolio or just a simple blog page. That's why we're using Notion here. So Notion just makes it easy. Notion is not for backend developers. It's for content creators, project collaborators, and it's for everyone basically. It's not only for developers. We are just making use of Notion for this particular use case, just for the web. Notion can be used for a lot of things. Exactly. All right. So I would love to show everyone this part, but man, it just confuses things the more. So here's my browser. Okay. So I will show us. Okay, so for the page I just showed you, this is how it looks like in real life. Now I can choose to create an integration. An integration between your project, which is your website, and Notion is basically an interface for your project to be able to access your Notion data. So now creating a new integration, I've created some random ones before to test this. Now creating a new integration is just basically very simple. All you need to do is add your integration name. PHP. Really wish I had a bigger mic for this. PHP Connect. Excuse the typo. Daramfon Ukpong's Notion. Then type of internal. You can add a logo here, but that's not really necessary for now. We'll just save it. Now we get the integration secret. The integration secret is a token used for identifying who is accessing the Notion database. That's what this secret basically is for. So we are going to need this in our code, which is the part that I won't show. So this code, this secret here is what authorizes anyone, any other web application, prevents hackers from gaining access into your database without proper permissions. So I already have something of this, so I won't use this particular one. So let's just move forward so we can get this over with. So then you need to add the integration to your Notion page or your Notion database. Now, I already have an integration, which you saw in one of those demo pages. So what I'm going to do is just plug one of these interfaces to our current table. So for what I have now, I can just use one random one I created already, the one that says PHP Connect. I already have the PHP Connect demo. You can see the one I created now, just PHP Connect, but I won't use that. I'm going to use the one I created earlier. So I will just click PHP Connect demo. It will request permission. I will confirm. And that's basically it. Down here, you can see PHP Connect demo. That means that integration has access to this Notion page, all the tables, all the databases under this particular Notion page. So moving forward, still code stuff, pretty boring. I don't want to stress you guys. Okay. I have a version of this, which I created over the week just for this particular purpose. But since we are just having to move forward and get rid of the technical part, I'll just use this as an example. So I already have a deployment working with this particular Notion table. So this now already is basically the same thing like the one we had before. Why is it shaking? It has a title, has an author, a content list. It has dates, tags, an image, slug, whatever you need. So I'll be accessing this from here. Let me show us the, yeah. So this is it. This is the Notion page we created. This is the Notion blog we have. So the Notion blog, as you can see, we have blog titles, authors, published dates, content, and the tags. All of that can be fully customized from here. So for the purpose of this, I can add one more blog post. Say, let me add Notion 1, 2, 3. Add the dates. You can also add tags for each of the blog posts. So I'll just add Notion, Web Dev, CMS for this. I don't have any images I can use. Let me just use a random image. Use something from it. Okay, so we wait for the images to upload. Fine. Up. We can add a slug. Now, for most of us that have visited e-commerce websites, blogs, maybe visited CNN or channels or something of the sort, if you check your address bar, there is like a unique link to what you are reading, the news you are reading, maybe the product you are trying to buy, maybe from Amazon, Shopify, whatsoever. That is called a slug. A slug is a unique identifier to any individual data that you are creating. So we're going to create a unique slug just for this so that our website can be able to read the data for that particular blog post. I'll just create something along the lines of testing. If you can notice, this is the like each blog post has a unique slug. So that way your website won't be able to try to differentiate, oh, which one is using this, which is using this, and it will cause breakage and bugs and stuff. Also, we're going to add a post status. So the reason why I said Notion is much more easier for small scale businesses. For developers, freelance developers mostly, I'll use myself as an example. Some websites, after the whole development process, building handoff to the client and whatnot, some of them are going to need like a maintenance fee after that. For some projects, starting from let's say $100 and above, retainers are paid. Now, you don't need a situation where some clients don't have, like their businesses aren't that high in scale. So they won't have $200 to be paying you every month. So you recommend Notion for them, integrate it. Now, it's easy for them to be able to turn off their posts. Like, for example, you can see post status. Let me scroll. You can see post status to the site. So this basically just dictates, okay, is this post active? Can users click on it? Can users read it? That's what Notion is really is for. It just gives the ease of you to interact with your data, your content without having any extra hands, any extra help, paying extra money for a developer whatsoever. So we'll add active. So yeah, that's about it. So fingers crossed, when I refresh this screen, it will work. And if it doesn't work, please don't laugh at me. It happens. It happens. So okay, okay, okay. That's unusual. So okay. Test it for local host. Okay, this will work much better. Nice. Plain text. I think I missed a few. Oh, I missed the description. This is the description of the text. Hopefully that should work now. Okay, so as you can see, we have the new Notion post we just created directly on the website. So this basically demonstrates how Notion can be used, how it helps businesses, how it helps individuals in scaling or using it itself, which is Notion, to manage their data. That's mostly what Notion is for. And it will only be right that we're using this for small scale websites because then again, no one wants to spend too much money paying a developer $5,000 to create a blog when you can just use Notion on your spare time, maybe on your phone. There's Notion app, there's Notion for laptops. You can just on the go, okay, I want to add a new blog. You type in, you add the date, add the title, add the image you want to use. Boom, your post is live. You don't need to move through all the extra kiniko. So this can go higher, right? This is just a basic is doing the thing. So anything you want to put your mind to, be it learning code, learning design, being a project manager, there is always time and there are always available resources for you to be able to do that. Planning to do the thing is not doing the thing. Thinking about it, dreaming about it is not actually doing the thing. Only when you do the thing, that is when you've actually done it and learned something. So with that, I think we have come to the end. Question, please, 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 please. Question, question. Last two slides. Okay. I can make this, it's a Figma prototype, so I can share the link on the Nation Oyo page for anyone to access whenever they need. You can share it to your friends, someone you need to help do something for you with Notion. So there's that as well. So once again, my name is Dara. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and on GitHub. So with that, I think this is the end. You are free to like join other classes to learn more. Thank you for paying attention to me.